Hello. So today I am hoping this will be a much better quality video and that things will be much more in focus because I've been working on the best possible settings and we'll see how it goes once it's all processed by YouTube. So today we are doing a tutorial on how to bezel this a Navette. Well, not this specific Navette, but it's the same method that you can use for a Navette of any size. And the tutorial consists of two parts. First, I'm going to show you how to make this the flat pointed oval shape that you see on top. And second, well, this shape, I must mention that it's you can find how to make it from Diane Fitzgerald's Shaped Beadwork and Beyond book, which actually contains a lot of these flat peyote shapes. There's square and triangle and a few others. Anyway, check it out, Diane Fitzgerald, Shaped Beadwork and Shaped Beadwork and Beyond. She's got two books on geometric beadwork, which are absolutely wonderful. And if you want to get into geometric beadwork, they are just they're a must to have in the library. So here we are. Right, so we're going to start with this double pointed oval. I'm going to show you how to measure how many beads you need, and then afterwards we're going to build this wall all around, and then I'm going to show you how to start zipping it up in the back. Right, how you're going to cover up the back, I'm going to leave it up to you. There's just so many possibilities, but the main thing I want to show you today is how to capture an Navette shaped or Marquise shaped stone in this bezel made out of any one just single type and size of bead. I have here an example that I made with of a much smaller Navette. We're working today actually with a Navette that size, which is 15 by 7 millimeter. And this one is captured in 11/0 Tohos, which when I tried it out, I was sure that these Tohos would be just too big to capture this tiny Navette, but it looks really fantastic and I'm a huge fan now. So I wouldn't mind trying out a bigger Navette with size 8 even beads. So that's I learned a lot from playing around, and I suggest that it's you play around with this also. Another note on why I wanted a flat surface on top. Well, it's really wonderful to work off it afterwards. You can still use the same size beads, but you'll need to make picots or like some kind of netting technique to keep expanding outward, or you can use different size beads. So you might move on to 11/0 rocaille beads and then 8/0s, to keep going if you needed a wider surface. But even this surface here, that would be wonderful for embellishing. You can get some like 15/0s and bicones and go in between outer edges and make really pretty kind of embellishment all around. So that's one of the reasons I kind of wanted to have that surface on top. The other thing is like here with this one, I actually covered the back. I'll show you on this one. I'm going to work with Delicas with this one, but I'll show you how to do this little cover up in the back. And it's, yeah, I mean, you can keep going, you can cover it up fully, but I rather like how it turned out. I'm really like how this Navette ended up looking. So here we are. I'll put this one to the side. I'll leave it out here so you can still see it. And this one. So now we have our Navette, and it's you'll have seeds of your own size, seed beads of your own size and type, and you'll have a Navette of whatever your chosen size is, and it's so easy to measure for it. I used two colors here just to make it easier and hopefully more understandable to show what I'm doing. So the 15 by 7 Navette requires 13 delicas to go from tip to tip. You don't need to go like all the way from top to bottom. I hope you can see it from here. I think you should be able to see it, yes. Or I can show it from going like this from the top. So you'll be able to see it better on your own mat. But if you put 13 delicas around a 15 by 7 Navette, that's going to be just the perfect size. And you see, it's not like overlapping, it's not going under it, it's just around it. But you see, you are just reaching the tips. If you have 14 beads of whatever type you've chosen, then just reduce by 1. Okay, you have 20, you make 19, and so on. In this one, I have, well, this one's actually 25, but then I made one extra row that goes inward, which covers up more of the stone. Here, I had 11 tohos. So for the same Navette, the 15 by 7 millimeter, you need 11 tohos from tip to tip of the stone, and it really is to me this type of setting, it shows off most of the stone. I mean, it's up to you. If you want to cover up more of the stone, you can just keep going and adding stones, adding seed beads to cover up more of the stone. But I like this look because it's more like many little prongs. So here we are, we have 13. So I'll put this aside to show you, since I've shown you how I measured it. And I've pre-made a loop. So we have 13 on each side. That means we have 26. Okay, so here is my loop. I picked up some blue and pink, so hopefully you'll be able to see it well. And so we have, see, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So from blue to blue is 13. And where we have 2 blues, that's where we'll do our increases. So here we are, we're just doing basic peyote. I came out in the middle of the row because I just, that's how I like to do my Navette peyote. So we pick up, as we go above the pinks, we pick up pink. As we go above the blues, we'll pick up blues. So hopefully it's all gonna be clear for you how to proceed. So here we are. And now we're just going ahead. It makes it a little trickier to work with the smaller setting in the video, but if I worked with the larger one, it would take me, this would be a very long video. So here we are. Right, we have reached the point between the two blue beads, and I'm going to pick up 2 pink, and that's gonna be our first increase, and we go out through the blues, the next blue. Okay, so here we are. Okay, this is what we have. It is a bit fiddly. So we'll go through the next blue. We pick up another pink, go through the next blue. Sorry, I need to take it off the screen. A note on tension. Make sure that the beads are kept together, you know, they stay together, but don't pull them too tightly, because you don't want them, you don't want the shape to start warping. So I'm usually a tight beader, so if things don't fit perfectly, then it will start warping. So with this one, I recommend, I don't know, somewhere between loose and tight. Okay, now we got to the other increase. We're between the two blue seed beads, and we pick up two pink, and we go, and we go through the next blue. So here we are, we insert them between the two blues. There. And see how it's taking from a circle to Navette shape. It's already taking that shape that we want. Now, if you are working with just one seed bead size and type, then I recommend you to complete 4 rows. Oh, here we are. We've gone through the blue. We are going up. Need to step up through the pink. So, yeah, I recommend doing 4 rows. So here we are. We have 3 rows of peyote. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we pick up the blues and we do the 4th row of peyote. I recommend doing no more than 4 rows of peyote, depending on the size of your navette. And usually if you work with bigger beads, like I did here, if I started doing a 5th row of peyote here, then it would start curving, well, one way or another, depending which way you'd push it. So here I would either start inserting 2 or 3 beads in between them, or the next size 8, for example, bead. So let's keep going. So now we are at the increase point. We come out of one pink, we pick up 2 blue ones, and we'll go through the next pink. Okay, so again blue, through the next pink. This little box keeps catching on. Right, here we are. I hope this is clear. I mean, this certainly cannot be a worse video than the one I filmed last week. It was going out of focus all the time, and honestly, you could barely see anything. So, this is also my first video in this format. Instead of 1:1, it's 16:9. So hopefully it's much clearer than my previous videos. So here we are, we reach the other increase, come out of one pink, pick up 2 blue ones, go through the next pink. Okay. Right, so today I'm just showing you how to capture the navette in this setting. It is completely up to you how much you want to reinforce and go through the seed beads, if you want to go through them again, which I normally would, but yeah, this is just me demonstrating. So look at that. That's our very pretty flat pointed oval, as Diane Fitzgerald calls it, pointed oval in her Shaped Beadwork and Beyond. It really is a wonderful book and worth having. So if we place our navette on top of it, we'll notice where our wall should go. So for example, we see that the tips, they cover up the first blue increase. So we must place our wall over the pink increases here. So that's our second increase. And also it looks like we have nice spacing right in between the pink ones. Okay, so I'm gonna go in between the pink beads on both sides. So what we want to do now is go down through this pink. We came out of the blue, so we go down through the pink, and then we come out of the second row of peyote through the blue. Oh, excuse me. There we are. So we are coming out. Okay, I hope you can see where we're coming out. I'll put the needle through there again. Okay, we're coming out through the first blue row or the second peyote row. And now, just to make it visible for you, I'm going to put white bead in between the two pink ones by going through these blue ones all over again. So we come out of this blue, we're going into the next blue with the pink in between, with the white in between. So here we are. I have just placed one white one in between. Okay, now we go we want to put another white one in between the pink ones. So we pick up a white bead and we go through this blue. Okay, we'll go through this blue here. Okay, now we pick up two white ones, because remember we wanted to cover up where we want to make a wall where this pink increase was. So we're going to now pick up two white, and then we just go straight into the blue on the other side. We're still going through the second row of peyote that we made. So just going to align them nicely. So here we are. Hopefully that's clear. Now we pick up another white and we go through the next blue and then place that white one in between the two pink ones. Okay, and so we keep going. You're welcome to skip ahead or keep beating with me. So here we are. This stitch I learned about it in the contemporary geometric beadwork project that's done by Kate McKinnon. It's really wonderful. You can find her on, if you Google contemporary geometric beadwork and Kate McKinnon, you will find, and this stitch is called Stitch in the Ditch. This I don't know if she came up with it or who, but this is where I learned about it from. So the Stitch in the Ditch is basically placing this another bead and peyote in between the two beads that are already placed. So here we are, we just keep going. Now we're at the increase, so we take two white ones and we come out of this blue, and let me see if we can try to come out of this blue, and we go through into this one. So this way. Let's just align them neatly. It's definitely much more fiddly working with the smaller bezels, but it's also faster. So here we are. Just keep going out of the blue. We pick up the white. We go into the next blue and we place the white bead in between the pink ones. Now the next row is going to be super intuitive. So here we are. We're coming out of this blue, going into this blue, and then we also afterwards need to step up and go through the white, the first white that we set in between the two pink beads. Okay, don't worry if it's warping a little bit at the moment, but it will all just fit so snugly once you've once you've done it, once it's ready for the crystal. So here we are. Now we keep going. We're inserting now the white beads, one white bead in between all the white beads. So here in between the two white ones, we don't insert two, we insert one. Okay. Here we'll have our little point there, white point. And then we just keep going and putting a white bead in between. I'm going to try and stay in the middle of the frame as much as possible. I'm definitely a novice when it comes to all this filming. Oh. But yeah, if you bear with me, hopefully I'll get better. No promises. Right, so now we're between the two white ones again. The increase, we put one white one. And just keep going like this. I should have used this better quality in my first two videos, but well, you wouldn't have had them earlier. I might remake my earlier videos with this. Okay, I'm trying to keep it open so you can see. Right, so we've done a second row of white ones, or our wall that's going up. Now we need to do a third row. So we'll just keep, or maybe I'll switch to blue ones, so it's maybe it'll be easier for you to see. Let's switch to blue ones. Okay, and then we'll go through that top, the white bead at the top, then we pick up the blue. We're just picking up blue in between all the white ones. Okay, we're not adding anything, we're not making any increases, decreases, or anything. Here we are. I think the most unnatural thing about beading tutorials on video for me is that I need to talk while beading. I'm so used to my beading time being the silent time. Okay, so this is where we are. We are now going through that top white bead again. Okay. Try to keep the wall beads nicely and tightly together. There's no need to pull like crazy, but just make sure you pull up the slack. Okay. And next it's going to start getting it right. So we are going out of this white. We need to put the blue in between the white ones, and then we step up into the blue. Okay. And now it starts getting interesting. Okay, because now we can insert our navette and it should fit really nicely. And here we are, and it fit really nicely with the tohos also. So here we are. And now let's do let's do pink ones. Let's do pink ones between the blue ones. So now we'll do the row of pink. Now here, once we get to where this the two blue ones are, in the third, is it? Yes, three. The blue is the third row, pink is the fourth row. So now we're in the fourth row. We pick up the blues from the third row and we just go from this one and straight into this one, and we make our decrease. So we're starting to decrease, as you can see here. I hope that's clear. The problem with this video also is I don't know what it's gonna look like once it's actually uploaded. Right, anyway, let's concentrate on this. So we have our fourth row of pink beads, and we keep going through the blue beads and adding the pink ones in between. So pink into the blue, pink into the blue, pink into the blue. Now if you can do this bezel for stones too. It doesn't have to be, you know, this the crystals. It can be a gemstone if it's like cut nicely. So here we are again at the last blue of the third row, and then we go right into the next blue. We don't pick up anything. Okay, and here is our decrease. Now we're gonna have some mid-row decreases after this also. So here we are, pink into blue, pink into blue, and pink into blue. And then we go into blue and straight up into the pink one. Okay, so look at this now. So guess what we do next? Next we go straight into the pink one. Okay, and I'm gonna pick up a white one. So we'll go through the pink one. I'm gonna pick up a white one and pay attention to this fourth row. So I pick up a white one, I go in between the two pink ones, and then I go straight into the next pink. Okay, because we are going to have a decrease in here. So these two pink ones, they're going to come together and bring the whole back and close it around the back of the navette. So that's where I suppose this bezel is a bit different, is that we are closing sort of, yeah, we're closing at the back, and yeah, it's almost like a backward bezel. So right here we insert white between two pink, another white between two pink, and I'll talk about how I decided where these decreases should be in just a second. So we just go straight through between these two pinks, then we insert a white one. Let's finish this row first, and I'll tell you about the placement of these decreases. So then we go one white, then straight in between the two pinks. Okay. Then two white ones in the middle there. And this kind of decreases you really just do for the Navette stones. If you do rectangles, triangles, and they don't usually need extra decreases in the back. But I'm getting ahead of myself again. So here we are. We go in between the two pinks and coming out straight into the white one. Okay. So here we are. And this, well, that's it. Our stone is now captured. It's up to you what you do next. I'm going to show you how I did this little, this nice little back sort of cover. But this is it. It's now, the Navette is fully captured. You're welcome to go back out, add some beads. You can add the points, add beads at the points, or you can keep growing and expanding with different size beads. But I'm really just showing you today how to capture a Navette in beads that are all the same size. So talking about the decrease in the back, what I did here is I did the decreases between, we have these three sticking out beads in the last row, and then I skipped, and then I had 5 sticking out, and then 3. So you want approximately this middle part to be about twice as long as these parts near the tips of the Navette. So like here, you see here we have 1 bead next to the tip, 1 bead next to the tip, and 2 in the middle. So here we have 3, 5, and 3. So that's 11 in total sticking out beads. If you have like 13 sticking out beads, I would do probably 3, 7, and 3. So you really want to keep this side longer. So yeah, if you have 13 beads where it's curving, I would do 3, decrease, 7, decrease, 3. Okay, by 3 I mean the beads that are just sticking out. So yeah, just keep to approximately twice the kind of covered distance in the middle as it is next to the tips. Okay, now I'll show you how to cover up in the back here. So we'll go into our, there. Here now you can start pulling tight things. So I think it's looking pretty neat now. So here we are. Now we'll do it in white, I think, the back. So we put 1 in between these 2 that are in the middle, and then we'll go all the way around. We also want to close up these this decrease where we want to bring, see this last, the 2 whites together, so that makes the capture, more sturdy. So here we are, brought those together, and then we go through here. We pick up 1 white bead here. So we make this kind of like points that are trying to reach out to each other, but we still need to put these white ones, get these white ones together. So we'll keep going around in a circle and get those white ones together. Okay, this is what we have now. Then I really hope these colors are clear on the screen. Oh. Now I'm going through all these 3 beads, this pink and 2 white. So we are coming out of this point here. Okay, and we'll pick up 2 white ones. Oh, not 3, 2. We go through here. We pick up 2 white ones on the other side, and we go right back through that first point where we came out of. Then we go in between the 2 beads we picked out, and we insert one white one, and we just keep going around and around in this little circle, and pick up another, and then we keep going around, and here we are. This is really just for whoever needs to see. I'm going to show how to quickly get back to put those points in the front, although it's pretty straightforward. So I'm coming out of this. I'm now going back up to the face of our navette. So here we are. That's our pretty back is done. You are welcome to keep filling it in. It fills in quite neatly too, but it's a nice feel. There's nothing rough here. So, and then we can insert our points here. Yeah, we just go like this through here. And while you're doing this, you're welcome to embellish a little. So you could put another pink one here. Here you could put maybe 3 pinks, because it's starting to widen that gap. So you can put like 3 here. Make a little picot. I mean, this part is really up to you, what you decide to do with it. And then just 1 pink one. Then we can do a couple of picots in the middle. 1, 2, 3. Remember, you have an odd number of gaps here. So here we are, we can do this. And this is like really just up to you how you want to play here. Let's just mirror what we did before. Insert 3 more. And then 1 going into the other increase, and then here is our little tip, and then we'll do the same thing on the back. And I think this is where I'm gonna leave you, because this is really it. And please experiment with all sorts of beads, whether Miyuki, Toho, Czech beads, and embellishing. That's the part I look forward to the most, is the embellishing on top. And yeah, one of the reasons I wanted to do everything with just delicas, because they're such light beads. And this this earring, this bezel, these are gonna make just gorgeous earrings. And this, I'm crazy about these Delica beads. They're the Earth Luster Batik, something like that, Delicas, and I am crazy about them, and they go perfectly with this coffee kind of Navette, which I got from Potomac Beads. Eureka Crystal Beads has some amazing Navettes also. Beading School Club has also Navette shapes. If you don't want, you can even get the ones in the claws and just remove the claws and bezel. That's actually what I've done with the smaller Navettes that I got. So here we are. Let's just quickly finish this off. And okay, I'm stuck on the last bead. Okay, and well, here we are. Here is some kind of structure, like if you flatten it, and it's just, look at that, it's completely flat and it's flush with the face of the Navette. And I don't know, I love it. I'm so glad that this idea came to me, to make kind of the walls not grow sort of like up but down, and then you have this nice like table surface. To show you an example of something I made a few years back, actually, it's this I had an opal, this cabochon, and I was trying to figure out for a while how to best bezel it. And what I did here is two flat rectangles. With opal, it always looks nicer if the back has dark colors, so the fire, you know, really shows through so much better then. And yeah, so I made here an open rectangle, and here was a closed rectangle, and look, here we are, our little walls right in between. So maybe I'll do at one point a little square, because it would be really fun to use this technique to bezel these super tiny cushions. You don't have to do tiny cushion cuts, but you can do 12, 13, but these are 8mm cushion cuts. I've got quite a few of them, and they're just so stunning. So I want to bezel them with, you know, with the flat square on top, and do some extra embellishment, because, well, it's all good fun. So happy beading, and I'll see you soon. And I really hope this turned out to be better quality than any of my previous videos. Bye, see you soon.